And welcome everybody, Process Spotlight. This is our preview of our upcoming show. And I have in the studio with me Dr. Hiltebit, and we're going to be talking about globalism and the one world order that's coming. Doc, we're going to do a show, we're probably going to do 2 shows on this. Everyone's talking about the global reset now. You and I did a couple shows on it several months ago. I'm not saying that they all watched ours, but everyone's talking about it now.
Yeah.
And the WEF. Most people never heard of the WEF, and the World Economic
Really,
Forum.
nobody heard of it until a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
All under the radar.
It's a guy named Schwab, not Charles Schwab, not to be confused with him, but maybe they're related. I don't know.
Might be. Both involved in making money.
Yeah, and they want a global system. This is nothing new. Preachers have been talking about it for decades.
Yes, we have.
But nobody has seen the reality of it like we have. And in the show that we're going to do here, we're not only going to show what's coming, we're going to show what's already here.
Oh, yes.
Because we're going to look at the attributes of this final kingdom that's coming. We're talking about Daniel chapter 2, Daniel chapter 7, Revelation 13. The world kingdoms ending with the final Antichrist kingdom. And if we look at the attributes of that kingdom, it's quite shocking. It's here.
It's already here. I mean, I tell folks all the time, we're not waiting for anything. I remember years ago, maybe 20 years ago, but I can remember preachers even holding up coins saying this is what the coinage is going to look like.
Now you're talking about the euro dollar, right?
Well, no, it was. They had a coin. I don't remember who it was, and anyway, and it was going to be the coin. Then 2 or 3 years later, another preacher, he had a different coin. This is going to be the coinage. There's not going to be any coinage. It's going to be digital. Yeah.
Now the euro dollar, I do remember this a few years back.
Yeah.
I had some of them. The euro dollars. I had one from Greece. Now one side of the euro dollar coin was the same for everybody, for all the 10 nations and all that. But the other side was unique to that particular country. And the country of Greece, it was unbelievable. They had a woman riding a beast for their emblem. It's like they're flaunting it like they don't care if anybody knows.
It's like the liberals and progressives of our time, no matter where they are. They're all out in the open. You don't have to wonder about it. They make sure you understand what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now in the show, we're going to read an article from Damon Duck.
Yes.
Many of our viewers probably know who Damon
Excellent
Duck
writer.
is.
Yeah.
They may not realize how old Damon Duck is. I'm not sure you know.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
But I talked to him today.
He's got me beat.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. And I actually invited him to come. It was last minute. And I said, if you couldn't come here, we'll schedule you. But he's not really able to get out unless somebody picks him up.
Sure.
So I told him I may take a camera and go to him, but we're going to read some of his article. He's got some good stuff over
thoughts.
The years.
Yes.
He's really one of the big wigs out there. A lot of people know the name Damon Duck, mostly for his writing articles, but he's also been on TV quite a bit. Different shows have had him on, and
I enjoy reading his articles on. I think it's RaptureReady.com. I think is where I see it.
Rapture Ready. In fact, he's contacted me before, and he's asked for permission. He's used some of my stuff, and he shared some of my Jubilee stuff on there. He shared something else, but I can't remember what it was now. But nice guy. I actually was in communication with him before we started this show while I was still with Prosy News. I was actually in touch with him. We was going to meet him for coffee. We was going to try to set something up with him, but it didn't
work.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, maybe it'll work on this side.
Yeah. He's about, I think he said he's 300 miles round trip. So and he can't handle that. So but anyway, anything you want to add before we sign off here?
It's pretty obvious the world is getting ready to reset, but everybody thinks the reset is financial. The reset is everything.
Yeah.
It's political. You can't reset the finances of the world without a global government over it.
And that's what they're saying. Not only are they want to reset the financial system, which in other words, take away debt.
Yep.
Share the money and all that, and we know what that really means. That means take away from those that have and give it to those who don't, but most of it goes to the elite guy.
The greater majority goes to the top.
It's just like socialism.
Cream always rises to the top of the cow's milk.
The people in Iraq were starving to death.
Yeah.
And Saddam Hussein lived in a palace.
Yeah.
Had everything.
Millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, and that's the way socialism is. I don't care what anybody tries to pull the wool over our eyes. It's the way it is.
We've developed all kinds of things in our research at Creation Museum and other entities that work with us. We can feed a city of 300,000 with the system we have, and every time we meet with heads of nations to help them to be able to help their people, you know what they want? They want 51% of whatever we're doing. We're wanting to help them feed their people. All they want is control over their people. They could care less.
Yeah.
So the elites that's making this decision for the world, they really don't care about us. It's all about them.
I mean, just look at our own Congress. Let's just be honest about it.
Yep.
They're multimillionaires.
Yep.
Most of them were not when they got there, but they got rich. Yeah. Donald Trump was rich, and then he went there and they tried to kill him.
Yeah.
They got rich in there by taking money, bribes, handouts, and the people who come in and they what do you call that? They come in and the lobbyists.
Yeah, the lobbyists.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
do this bill; it'll benefit us. And all of this. Let's be honest. Surely our people watching us owe this, but these trillion-dollar stimulus packages have little of anything to do with the population.
Right.
What they do is they'll send $1 billion over to an organization. That organization is supposedly going to dole it out. What happens in that organization, a great amount of that filters its way back into the pockets of the ones that voted for it. All it is a money laundering scheme.
In other words, they use the thing about taking care of.
Oh yeah,
sending us our $600 check.
We're helping you, man. Send you $600.
The truth is, 80% or 90% of the money in that bill is not going to us.
No,
it's going to all their fringe friends. And
went to all kinds of programs around the world, and those entities that are set up in those countries to do it, the greater majority of that is filtered back into the pockets of those that voted.
Why
for
does
it.
the American people put up with this garbage?
Well, I don't know if we have a whole lot we can do about it. And we talk about it. We'll probably get yanked off of Facebook or off of YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, of course, they're censoring everyone.
They're censoring everything and anything.
I don't think people realize how far down the road we have come in the last several months.
Just the last, and we're to the point now where true science is no longer real. I mean, think for a minute. If science says you're born male or female, and now it's not that way, so I mean, science no longer is real.
Well, I learned that with the COVID thing. There's no science to what they're telling us there. Now the man wants us to, now he's talking about 3 masks.
Yeah, and then it won't be long until it won't be COVID. It's going to go back again to where it was before COVID hit. It's all going to be about globalism and saving the planet, global warming, climate change, whatever name they want to give it. You know, the real science of it, Dan, as I told a church where I preached Sunday morning, I said, let me help you understand science. Let's have a Green New Deal. So every plant, in its leaves, it picks up the carbon dioxide in the air and it stores it, turns into the starch, and then it's processed, makes green leaves and grows so that it can capture more carbon dioxide so it can grow. So the more carbon dioxide you have, the greener the planet gets. So they call it a Green New Deal by reducing carbon dioxide. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's really a brown. That shows you that what Romans said, they call truth a lie and lie a truth, evil good and good evil.
Yeah.
It's totally flipped, and yet they use the words Green New Deal when in reality it's a brown deal.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah.
We're going to let it go there. Down below, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell if you want to get alerts when we come on. We're on at least 2 times a week. That's going to change in the future here. We're working on some things there. We're going to try to do a few more YouTube things in the future, as well as we're going to be moving on to some other platforms as well, just to cover ourselves here in case somebody doesn't want us on, right? And do that and share this. If you like what you see here, if you like the programs, share them on your social media places. And hey, keep praying, keep your ear to the ground. Things are happening fast, very fast. We are headed exactly where the Bible said we're headed.
Yes.
This is no surprise. This shouldn't shock anybody. We are headed to a one world system. It's almost here. In fact, technically it is here.
Yes.
It's just that there's a few things that got to be taken out of the way, and one of them is us, God's people. And that's going to happen very soon. That trump of God's going to sound, and we're going to be out of here.
Amen.
And the whole system will be ready to fall into place at that moment. And I believe that that's where we are right now. So, all right, so the show this week on CTN, we're on Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's also on Tuesday nights at 11 p.m. The same show the following Tuesday is on at 11 p.m. Eastern Time. So don't forget that. If you're a television person, or if you have CTN, or if you have friends or neighbors who have CTN, tell them about the show. And okay, well, until then, keep your eyes on them skies.